did a 2022 presentation contest with every internal participator. And the prize for that was the winner in each division got to come and attend the National Summit. And so I wanted to highlight the winners of that. And we have Julia Condra, Joe Rayone, Diana Falzone, Brianna Perugia, and Ava Shields. So let's give them a hand. And then from those winners, there was an overall winner, and the prize for that was having the opportunity to come here and deliver that winning presentation to all of you. So please give me the warm welcome it deserves when I bring up Julia Condra. Julia Condra.
Yeah!
Hi everybody, good morning. I wanted to start by just thanking everybody who had a hand in planning the past few days. This is my first time at one of these meetings and it has definitely exceeded my expectations. So thank you for a great agenda and giving me the opportunity to not only be here, but to be up on stage for a few minutes. So for those of you who I have not had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Julia Condren, and I worked with my partner Curtis Ranta to cover the greater Boston, Eastern Massachusetts area with Hartford Funds. And I'm here today to spend just a few minutes talking about how we think about client relationships and how we can work with you to deepen those relationships with both your current and your prospective clients. So obviously, given the virtual environment that we now live in, client engagement is more important than ever. We are surrounded nowadays by a lot of free, accessible, and effective market information, investing strategies, etc. And a lot of clients out there might be thinking, why do I need to pay a financial advisor? I'll follow the stock market, I'll invest in the S&P, I'll figure this out. So Curtis and I spend a lot of time working with advisors like yourself to help them sharpen their prospecting tools in order to attract and retain these clients down the road. And we do this through several different methods, but I wanted to highlight one of our newer pieces called the Power of Stories. And this piece, in my opinion, does a really great job at walking through the importance of navigating our client relationships using our own personal experiences. And it says that a lot of the time, information that's shared as a story resonates with people a lot better and a lot longer than numbers, data, and statistics. So I'm going to assume that we have quite a few football fans in the room, and I want to talk in the spirit of football season about someone that I know you all know, especially my Boston-based people, and that's a guy named Tom Brady. Now, Tom Brady is widely regarded as the greatest quarterback of all time. Depending on who you ask, maybe even one of the greatest athletes of all time. But I want to ask you a question about him. Do you know Tom Brady's career passing stats? Do you know how many starts he has in the NFL? What about how many interceptions he's thrown, or how many times he's been sacked? I'm going to go out on a limb and say probably not, but if you do, I'm very impressed. But I want you to think about what you probably do know about Tom Brady, even if you're not a big football fan. And that's his story. The story of the 6th round pick out of Michigan, pick number 199 in the 2000 NFL draft, who started as a backup on the New England Patriots and would then go on to lead the team to all 6 of their Super Bowl titles. How after that 20-year career, that Brady-Belichick era, the Patriots dynasty that he was a part of, those 6 rings, he would not re-sign with the team, close that chapter, and would go on to lead a different team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to his 7th Super Bowl in that same year. How his dedication to his lifestyle, his training methods, the TB12 method, have allowed him to continue playing professional football way beyond the average retirement age of most NFL players. And probably one of his more notable stories, his brief 40-day retirement before he announced that he would return to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the NFL for the 2022 football season. And earlier this fall, when the Bucs opened their season against the Cowboys, Tom Brady became the oldest quarterback in NFL history to start a football game. He is 45 years old. Now I want you to think about these life events and what they tell you about Tom's career, his priorities, his aspirations, his life. If Tom Brady walked into your office as a prospect tomorrow morning and you had no idea who he was, these experiences are going to mean so much more than any of his stat lines, no matter how amazing they may be. And not only that, but it allows for the opportunity to find a more personal connection and relate to each other in our life experiences. Now I know Tom Brady's a bit of an anomaly, so maybe that connection isn't 7 Super Bowl titles. But maybe it's something as simple as Michigan football. Maybe it's an experience as a college athlete. Or maybe it's something a little bit more serious, like a battle with an illness, a death of a parent, or a divorce from a spouse. Regardless, the power of stories says that if we tie this back to our career as financial professionals and focus on these types of conversations with our clients, it is so much more beneficial than focusing on the stock market, investing strategies, what we would call the money questions. So while you're likely telling these stories in your practice already, this piece helps you refine them just a bit so that they can be easily repeatable, impactful, and most importantly, shareable. Because at the end of the day, we can't expect our clients to open up to us if we are not going to do the same to them. If we appear as though we've never made a mistake, have never failed, have never been challenged before, what are our clients naturally in return going to be less likely to share with us? Their mistakes, their failures, their challenges, things that they're worried about down the road. So by telling our clients about things that we've experienced in our lives, but by setting them up with the 4 whats. What happened? What did we do? What did we learn? And what difference did it make in our lives? We're sharing with them that we're human and we go through hard times too, and life can be so challenging. But we learn from it, we grow from it, we come out on the other side stronger, and then we can help them do the same thing as a financial advisor. And that's where your value comes in. We work very closely here at Hartford with a group called the MIT Age Lab. They study longevity and the life cycle as we evolve. And one of the things the director of the Age Lab, Dr. Joe Coughlin, says all the time is that the number one thing clients want from their financial advisor, more than empathy, more than career experience, more than investment expertise, is personalization. That personal factor, that personal touch, is what then leads to referrals from these clients that can help you grow your practice and find the people that you want to work with each and every day. Stories are key in fostering that connection. If you want to be referable, you have to create a story that's repeatable. People remember information when it's shared as a story more than 20 times more than when it's shared on its own. So I look forward to working with all of you to refine your own stories to be the most impactful for you and your clients. Thank you again so much for the opportunity today, and I will leave you with this. Everybody has a Tom Brady story. How are you going to tell yours? Thank you.
Yeah.